Suicide Squad number 2, written by Adam Glass, art by Federico Dallaccio and Andre Bresson. We left off last issue with Suicide Squad passing their hazing and being dropped off in a stadium that they have to kill 60,000 people in. We pick up right there at that stadium. Deadshot is our more or less POV character. He's taking the charge of team leader, and he's not happy with his team, made up of El Diablo, King Shark, a vigilante known as Black Spider, Harley Quinn, and they don't even list him here in the first page, but Voltaic. If you can guess why they don't list him, you don't win anything. So Waller pops on, and he's like, okay, here's your mission. There's a woman here named Callie Burns. She has the package. Get the package at any cost. Then this dude runs up and he's like, oh, sweet, the Justice League, you're here to help. Oh, you're not the Justice League, whatever. So we arrived at the stadium and everything was cool, and then all of a sudden everyone on the field started attacking each other, and then everyone in the stadium started attacking each other, but they weren't just like attacking each other, man. They were like eating each other. And Deathstroke was like, all right, cool, thanks for the help. And he shoots the guy. El Diablo has a problem with that, and he's like, no, look, he's been bitten. Apparently there's a techno-organic virus, which is the issue. Everyone's infected with this thing that like turns them into half robots. So, they're okay to kill as civilians. From an editorial standpoint. Voltaic, he shocks the dude that was just shot in the head, because apparently the organic virus makes them mostly dead, but not completely dead, and you got to fry their circuits in order to finish them off. So Deadshot's like, all right, cool. Everybody, keep an eye out for the package. Take down everyone you can. Voltaic, I want you going around shocking everybody that even, like, halfway looks dead. And so then they just start fighting through people. El Diablo is like, I don't want to use my fire because that's my thing. That's my character arc. I don't like using my powers. It's possible that Deadshot gets a little bit of infected blood in his eye because the dude lifts up his mask and then he fires a shot and the blood just like that. It doesn't really come back, but I'm bringing it up just in case it does in a later issue. So Black Spider sneaks away. He's off looking for the actual package while everyone else is just fighting their way to survive. Harley and El Diablo have a thing where like they're trying to say like, oh no, we're not really bad, or maybe we are, but we can be better, and blah blah blah. King Shark's just enjoying eating people. Voltaic fires off a shot at one point when they start getting surrounded that just fries everybody in the area, and he's like, yep, nope, I'm good at what I do, but I can only do that like once every couple hours, so I'm gonna have to recharge. So they keep fighting. Finally El Diablo realizes that it's him or them, so he does let off a fire thing. His tattoos like recede as he does, so that's probably part of the thing. But they hear Black Spider and they look up, and he's being carried as a hostage by the woman who has the package. And she's super infected by the virus, and she's like, oh, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to change. Oh, help me, kill me. This is me. No, change everybody. So the entire rest of the squad converges on this, and they're like, okay, drop the ninja, and then we'll talk. And it turns out that the package is that she's pregnant, and the baby is the package. So they're like, okay, well, we can't save her, but we also need to save the baby. So El Diablo's out. Voltaic's out. Deadshot tries to get a shot, but he's knocked away once she starts transforming into this giant squid beast. And finally, King Shark comes up from behind, chomps her head off, and saves the day, I guess. So they eventually come up. They do a field C-section to get the baby out, and apparently the reason that it's so important is because the baby's not infected. The baby has a natural immunity, so they're going to use the baby to create a cure, a vaccine, something to the techno-organic virus. So Voltaic goes around. They just cleaning up shop at that point. Voltaic makes sure everyone's fried, and they're like, all right, cool. So how are they going to cover this up anyway? Deadshot's like, oh, they're just going to blame some random supervillain and say that, they took hostages and then killed them anyway. And they're like, oh, well, they're going to need a body of the supervillain then, right? And I'm like, yep. And then Deadshot shoots Voltaic because his powers are literally over every single person here. Deadshot calls for an extract from Waller, and she's like, nah, can't get you because federal agents are too close. Technically, checkmate agents are too close, so we can't get a chopper near there. So you got to scramble, keep a low profile, and we'll get you out when we can. It's like, isn't this bomb in our neck also on a timer, which I was unfamiliar with, but apparently it is, and they have 3 hours before they need to get like a reset on their neck bomb. So that's where we're setting that up. They have 3 hours, stay alive until then. It's fine. It's very much like, because the first issue was so different, like you still had the one dude who died that like wasn't important at all, but because it wasn't even like a real mission. This is like the real first mission, but it still follows the exact same beats of like, okay, and then one of the Suicide Squad members dies. Oh no. I also feel like it's completely wrapped up. Like, that's the other issue, is that this techno-organic virus thing, it's like, okay, they contained it to the stadium, they have the cure. That story's done. Now it's just this scramble with the profile. The only thing that's carrying over is the fact that they have a baby that they have to protect, which maybe that was the goal all along, but I don't know. It just feels pretty standalone. Not that that's counting against it, but we're 2 issues in now, and we have yet to really start what feels like an arc. So, yeah, maybe that's just me. Overall, I'm going to give it a 6.5. It's fine. I genuinely, they did get me with Voltaic. I didn't expect him to be killed because he was actually very useful in this entire thing. But looking back on it, it makes sense. So, yeah, 6.5. I mean, I'm going to read it. It's not like I'm just able to bail on books, but even if I could bail on books, I'd probably still give this one just a little bit longer. We'll see when it finally gets its wheels spinning.